Ano pang views mo on relationships in general?
You know what? One of the things I
Like
think,
now, people tend to be more practical na. Like
yeah,
it's more self-directed yung approach. Na people are more career-driven in comparison to our parents'
before,
generation na they got married earlier,
yeah,
di
yeah,
ba?
yeah,
20s, settled down.
yeah.
Pero ngayon, people are more expedient na career muna and
Yun nga,
everything's
actually,
just
I was having that conversation last night with my cousins because my eldest cousin got married at 23 and had a kid at 23. And I was like, the thought of doing that at 23, I'm 33 now, is like insane. At 23, I still wanted to travel, like do my own thing. But I guess it's right. It's like as the generations change, priorities change. And then also the age, what is it called when people die at 80? Back in like 1999, the age, this lifespan was like 80, but now it's up to back then it was 70, now it's up to 90. So it's like it changes, right? So parang people also feel that biologically they have more time. um I love the timeline that I did because I feel na parang at the time that I got married, had a kid, I already did everything I wanted to do. Now I want to do it all again, but with them. So totally respect the people who got pregnant early because they have more time with their kids. Like my mom had me at 40. I'm like, my God, what were you doing before 40? Like I'm so much fun to be with. How come you only had me now? But I also respect people who want to have kids late or don't want to have kids at all because they're very career driven. Um, it's a decision that they're making, I guess, knowing that they probably have thought about the like not the consequences, the thought na parang okay, after 40 or 45, I can't have kids, so it's just gonna be me and my husband or me alone, and they're okay with that, and I totally respect that. Although for my personal journey is like, I like the age of 30, getting married, having a kid at 31, 32, then having more. I want to have 4 kids. My husband wants to have 2, so
so
we're
this was something
compromises.
you always wanted, getting married at a certain age, starting a family.
Yeah, yeah, I know. It's so traditional, but yeah, it
So you
was.
had those goals early on, like when you were
Yeah.
young, you dreamed of that perfect
Actually,
wedding.
no. I didn't dream of a perfect wedding when I was young. Although I used that as an excuse to my husband when he was like, "Do we need to do a wedding?" I was like, "I've always dreamt of one." But the truth is I didn't really, because my mom, I didn't really see her wedding. I only dreamt of it when my sister got married. I was like, "Wow, that was so fun." So I want to have my own.
Mm.
Yeah.
But when you got married, was there ever any doubt? Like, of
No.
course, at times you'd think, "Oh, my freedom or how I used to live
Oh
when
yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
single."
yeah,
Because
yeah.
now you're deciding sometimes as a couple or meron ng mga
Yeah, yeah, you have to
restrictions
consideration. You have
or
to have
priority
consideration.
shift.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you know what? The funny thing is, I'm the one who had to adjust a bit more because between me and my husband, I'm the one who likes to go out more. Um,
Extroverted
I'm more
ka. Yeah.
extroverted. He's more like he talks a lot, but he can be quiet also most of the time, and he likes to stay home. Whereas I like to go out with my friends. So there was that compromise, but I also reached a point where I was so tired because I partied so much in my 20s. I was like, I'm very happy to stay home now. But yes, there's still times when I wanna. Recently, kunwari, we did our after the wedding, we went to Istanbul, and I wanted to like go drink, do some parties. I wanted to go out, but he was like, I'm so tired. I was like, am I gonna have to like do this my whole life? That was me. That was my way of thinking when I had a couple
So
of
he
drinks na.
goes with you.
Yeah, yeah, come with me. And then he'll be like, okay, let's cut off at 12. I'm like,
So
okay, let's go.
nag-adjust yan.
Yeah.
So
So we both have to.
com-
And
compromise.
compromise. So, but what I realized is in comparison to my previous like relationship, which was so much fun, like partying all the time. We're always like enjoying blah blah blah. Where we'd always have really high highs but really low lows. I'd much rather have a more stable life, which
Mm.
I'm having now, with which I have now with Luch, versus like up and down roller coaster. It's so tiring. You don't know if he's gonna be there the next day, that type of thing.
How many kids do you plan to have
I
pa?
I want to have 4, but
Right now you have
oh, I have one pa
one
lang.
pa.
Yeah, I have my 2-year-old son, and I want to have one soon. But yun nga, we're also like, he only wants to have 2. I'm like, no, I can't have 2. I need a tiebreaker. How many do you want?
I'm not sure yet.
Not sure.
Depends. If it
Ikaw
comes,
talaga
it
puro
comes.
depends. I want to know what would you be open to? Would you be open to 5 kids?
Maybe that's a bit much, but
I,
I'll never know. I
you'll
don't
never
wanna
know.
sound too sure.
You don't want to plan it.
Maybe a bit of planning, but not
Okay,
fully.
not fully. Okay.
Okay.
You're so funny. And how about you? I want to know, how do you balance work and family life and the podcast?
Yeah, I
I'm
just try
curious.
to squeeze in time. I wanna be efficient. So if like there are meetings or events that I don't need to go, I don't. I just
Yeah.
assess if how important this event is or
Yeah, that's true.
this
Well, you also have
meeting.
that luxury because you're the boss, diba?
Well, yeah, naman. Pero yeah,
That's true. You have so much going on. Congratulations to you as well with your son.
yeah. Thank you.
How does it feel
It's a
to be a
different
dad?
venture, different chapter in my life. I
I've
never thought I'd get married.
Talaga.
Yeah,
Well, you know what? So many guys nowadays are like that. Parang
because
it's not a
generally
priority.
I'm independent in how
Yeah.
I approach. I don't want to have like a companion
Yeah.
all the time.
My husband said that to
But there are
me.
times also like you want that
But isn't
companionship.
it fun, Rin? Like,
Yeah,
parang when you experience something so fun, so it's so nice to see your wife there and your son. I have a question.
yeah,
When I had my son for the first time, parang everyone tells you love them right away. Did you love your son right away when you saw him when he was
yeah,
born? You did?
instantly.
Ako, me, no. Like, it was like a slow burn na parang,
Mm.
sino ka? I don't. Also, because he doesn't look like me at all. Super
Uh,
Chinese. I didn't know
your
him.
husband's Chinese.
My husband's half Chinese, half Italian. No Filipino. He's not Filipino at
Mm.
all. So my baby looks super Chinese. And they're like, buti na lang he came out of you or else we wouldn't know that he's yours. So it took me some time until I got to know him.
Yeah,
So I realized as a parent, like everyone really goes through their own journey. I felt pressure to love him kagan when I didn't really even know him.
yeah. I think it's instant because
Instant for you.
he's your blood, so automatic na for me.
Yeah. Yun nga. For some people, instant kagad. They're like, they love him
But
so.
there's also that realization, oh, that you'll be living for someone else na. It's not all about you.
Yeah.
So your life already there's more responsibility na ba
Yeah.
behind it.
Instantly, you feel that
You
way.
have to ensure they grow up right, they're taken care of. So there's that added weight on your shoulder na, oh, which adds to maturity.
True.
No?
That you're pressured to do that. But are you the disciplinarian type? Or are you the spoiler
I think I'm in between.
in between?
Yeah.
And your wife
Maybe
in
mas
between?
disciplinarian siguro. Pero ako mas minsan laid back. Like I want them to explore also if
Yeah.
ever
Good luck when he
na
starts talking. Now
they
I'm like, I
because
need
they need to make their own
their own
mistakes. And they
like this.
need to fall so they learn to pick
That's so true.
learn
Like you need to
themselves
not
up.
give them everything they want. I need to tell myself that.
Yeah. Can't be too overbearing. Like you said with your mom and your sister, minsan too
I know.
overbearing.
Buti na nga I'm normal eh.
Pero they just care naman,
Yeah,
di ba?
they do. Comes from a good place
Yes.
sometimes.
But minsan may toxic elements pag,
Yeah.
di ba? Nakialam lahat, ganun.
Tell me about it, my God.